Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod, and I am your host, Lester Class. Each and every episode is going to be filled with amazing stories from amazing people. You will hear the different journeys people went through, or are still going through, to be able to do what they love. From the failures to the successes and everything in between. This is a place to get to know the person behind their passion, because people only get to see the successes and not what it took to get there. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe and leave a review if you love the content. Now finally, I would love to welcome you to the Community Pod. What's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod. I'm your host, Lester Class. I appreciate you for tuning in. I got an amazing clothing brand in the building. I got Sabrescloset in the building. I got my boy Ant. I got my boy Derek in the back. The whole team couldn't be here. I just heard that the team is big as fuck.
Yeah.
It's good. So what's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing all right. So we basically start off with just getting to know who you are and like where you from. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Perth Amboy, literally like all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was life like growing up for you?
It wasn't bad. Like I think I lived like a pretty normal life. You know, my parents always made sure I was good. You know, had nice shoes, all that.
So where is it in life that you found your passion for making clothing?
I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I really think like I found my passion just by being on Instagram and TikTok, just seeing people like into fashion. And then, I don't know, I just ended up getting into it and just went up from there.
Yeah. So when it comes to designing clothing and making the clothing, which part of it is your favorite part?
Having the clothing made. I'm not the designer.
Okay.
But yeah, really having the clothing made.
So what is your job?
Like when bringing up my fault. No, bringing up the idea and having it like made into real life. That's like, yeah, that's definitely my favorite part about it.
Cool. So what part do you play in this team?
I'm the owner, so I'm really like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm like,
you foresee
like
what's
the
going
boss.
on?
I tell everybody like what to do. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. So
like
you foresee everybody else. You make sure that
everybody has their role, and I gave them that role.
Okay.
And then yeah.
Cool. So what is it like to be able to? Because from what I've seen, your brand is doing pretty well. It's pretty successful.
Yeah.
How fast did this process happen for you?
Insanely fast. Like, it was, can't even believe it. Like, it's really a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like the fact that it's come so fast, was there any point where like you kind of were like stumbling on yourself, where like it's happening so fast you didn't expect to be this fast? Were you prepared for that?
Yeah. In the beginning, I definitely was not prepared. I didn't even know what I was doing, honestly. That's the biggest mistake young clothing brand owners make, where they start their brand but they don't really fully know what they're doing and they're not prepared. So in the beginning, there's gonna be like a lot of obstacles in the way that you're not even ready for. For me, that was like, I did like a little pre-order drop. All that stuff came in and I don't know what to like I don't know what I was doing. I don't know how to ship it out. I don't know where to get my shipping supplies from. I had people waiting. That was getting them angry. Like, I don't know. It was really stressful. And from there, I expanded my team, and, you know, we like made sure that never happened again.
Okay, cool. And what advice? So that now that you experienced that, what advice would you give on preparing for the unexpected?
Everybody has TikTok now. TikTok for brand owners is probably like the biggest, like it's the best platform like to learn how to grow your brand. And I think you should use that, and even just Google and just do your research and know what you're doing. Be prepared months ahead of time. Don't just rush the process. Like, I don't want to sound corny, but trust the process. Like, just be patient.
Yeah. And like, I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like that happens a lot to a lot of entrepreneurs when they create a brand, and social media does have that reach. How do you feel about the fact that social media has a reach that you were so surprised at?
It's just the fact, like, when I started my brand, I never expected to like have sales and followers, fans from all over the world. Like, it's just crazy to me. I expected like people just in my area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Like how does that feel to have people from all over?
It's a blessing, bro. I don't know. It's crazy to me. Just when seeing that, I remember seeing like my first like international order pop up. We were like what the hell, like yeah, bro.
So what are some of the failures you had to face when creating your brand?
Um, like creating it, like just starting,
Like
or like just throughout it.
just throughout it, whether it was
The
before.
biggest failure I had to go through was so we had a drop like in about like December, January. It was our biggest drop. Like it went crazy. Like that was a drop that like I feel like it really put us up there. And then like about like 2 months later, we dropped again and it completely flopped. Like it was worse than our like first ever drop. Like it was just so bad. And it really just made me want to like give up. I thought we just fell off. Like I don't know. I don't know what to do from there. And yeah.
No, that I and one thing that I wanted to say was like even though that happened, you were able to still get up and be able to continue on, right?
Yeah,
Do you feel like that was taught at a young age where like there's points in life that it's going to be hard, it's going to be
definitely.
difficult,
Yeah.
and you have to pick yourself back up?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely I was taught that from my parents, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like what advice would you give when it comes to that? When it comes to like being an entrepreneur and knowing that there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be down on every path, even in the future, even when you are successful, there's going to be hiccups that are going to be made. What advice would you give to get through those hiccups, those bad moments?
Never like don't ever give up. Like your time will eventually come. You just really have to stay patient and trust that process.
Okay. And like to go back in time, right? Before the brand, before you knew that this was going to be something that you loved doing, was there anything else that you had a dream about doing?
I wanted to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, but yeah, I always had a passion for basketball before that.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you feel like there's any basketball skills or skills that you developed, whether that be on the court, off the court, mentally, physically, that you were able to take onto the clothing?
Trying to be a perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect. That yeah. Um, my hustle. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. And like, was there ever a point before the brand where you felt lost, where you didn't know what you wanted to do completely, that everyone felt around you was like, this is far fetched, bro. Like, this is something that it's you should go, like you should go and find something that's going to be like, I don't like saying it, but like a quote unquote real job type shit.
Yeah. When I first started it, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. When I first started it, it was only me and one other person. We didn't know what we were doing, and we just popped up on Instagram. My parents didn't really like agree with it, so yeah.
How do your parents feel like now that like you've been able to obtain the amount of like people purchasing your stuff and see your parents seeing that there's other people that believe in your brand and enjoy the material of clothing or the clothing that you make?
Um, I mean, now my parents are definitely like really proud of me. And yeah, like I guess nobody really expected it to get to this point, and yeah, doing pretty good right now.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that like helped you do this, or you had to learn everything on your own?
I learned like seriously, I literally learned everything on my own.
So what does that feel like to like they're at in a situation like this, there's no one to fall back on.
The way it is nowadays, like if I were to try to get help, people would want you to pay them for it, and I didn't want to do that. And yeah, that's like the saddest part about it right now. There are a few people out there that who will help you and will help you grow your brand for free, or like teach you and stuff like that for free. And yeah, but there's not a lot.
Yeah. Like in and throughout learning this process, I feel like I could be wrong, but there's got to be a point where you felt that like the same thing, a hiccup where like this is a lot for me to handle. I'm young and this is harder than I expected, because I think we were talking a little bit off camera, but people think that making clothing and producing it and selling it and shipping it is easy when it's not.
It's not, and it's something you also have to have the money for. Money is a big factor in this. Um, that's like the hardest part. Starting and didn't have the money. that also can be a struggle, like months in, where you drop and then you want to drop again, but you need to have the money to afford everything you want to, produce again. So yeah, that's the hardest part. Money. Not only you don't only use money to make the clothes. Every clothing brand owner wants to market themselves. That can cost money, and yeah.
Nah, yeah, like one thing I wanted to say was well, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
18.
18. And Derek, I know we're gonna talk in a little bit, but 20. You guys are young. You know what I mean? You guys are
Yeah.
younger than me. I'm young too. Like we're all trying to get it, right? What is it like and how hard was it to find genuine people that were willing to work with you? Cuz like you said, you mentioned that people don't really like doing things for free and people don't really like, especially like you mentioned before that you foresee everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And to be 18, Derek over here is 20, right? I can guarantee that you can sometimes take advice from him. You guys take advice from each other.
Yeah,
you guys work with each other.
Of course.
But how was that like trying to find people that were genuinely caring about what you cared about?
So, in the beginning, like I keep saying, I didn't know what I was doing. So at the time, honestly, I just grabbed a couple of my friends, and we all didn't know what we were doing, but we went up from there. Like we learned, like we built from there. Basically, we just kept going, and yeah.
No, and what I wanted to say was because I know that sometimes like we have as guys, as men, we have a hard time dealing with like or talking about those feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, how much do you appreciate the fact that your friends were able to come together and really like take on something that you cared about? And even though they didn't know anything that they were doing,
It's
they
something
did
you
it.
have to take serious, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm grateful that they're still here to this day. They're still taking 110% serious, and yeah, I'm really grateful about that.
And I gotta let you know, like, to find people like that, that is a blessing on its own. And I know you
Yeah.
know that you said that. I gotta say that you have great people around you, to be able to find people because there's not a lot of people nowadays that would do anything for free or even like support their friends in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And to have people that genuinely you found like these are your friends. These are people that before the clothing brand you guys just
Yeah.
spoke, maybe even played the game with, like just chilling.
exactly.
And it was like, all right, let's build something. Let's do something together and still to be together. That's amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
What is one of your proudest moments, even if it's not with the brand? What is one of your proudest moments in life?
Honestly, it is within the brand. My proudest moment was having I had a drop in December. I had rappers and a bunch of influencers interested in my stuff. The drop sold out. Everything was just going crazy. I was really proud of myself. Seeing all those hundreds of orders just coming in, like it was just crazy. Just seeing it all in my face, like it's crazy. Like like literally in my face, like in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see that, what's it called? Like, well, I don't want to speak for you, right?
Yeah.
But growing up, was it easy to did you have a hard time, or was it easy? Did you find yourself easy being able to put yourself out there, whether it was with clothing or just being able to be you outside of everything?
Yeah. I was like, in a way, I was like the type of kid where like I didn't really like to tell my parents everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always felt like they wouldn't agree with it or they wouldn't be like happy for it. So yeah, as a kid, that's something I kind of like struggled with. But as I'm older, I make sure I tell them everything.
Yeah. And in school, like, so I gotta, like, this, from what I'm getting all of this, right? You started this brand back in high school, right?
Yeah. Right when high school ended.
Right when high school ended.
In August.
Was there ever a point where you wanted to do it in high school?
Yes.
And what made you not do it?
I wasn't like being serious with myself. Like I just wanted to do it, but I never actually like eventually took the step until one day I was just like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just went from there.
Not, and like to be, to be 18, right? And you created this brand. What? How long ago?
And 8 months ago, about to be 9.
And wait, hold on. That's crazy. 9 months ago?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy because
Yeah.
I've seen your page and everything. And not to say that you guys don't deserve it. You guys 100% do it. The work that you guys put in is amazing.
Yeah.
So how many drops have you had in 8-9 months?
There, I say less than 10, of course, but I don't know. Nah, I think I'd say 5 or 6 is a good estimate.
5 or 6.
No more than 6.
I want you to know, right? 5 or 6. Well, let me get into let me ask the technical one. How many pieces were in each drop from start to go? Like, you don't have to get in detail, but like, how many do you think on average?
Okay, from the beginning,
Yeah.
we literally, it was only like, all right, so my first drop were mesh shorts.
Okay.
Drop 2 colorways. It was only 20 each.
Okay.
That's not a lot.
You started though.
Yeah, that's what I started with. 20 shorts each. I had like 3 each size. Like, it was so bad. But and then now everything's like over 100.
And how many pieces? Like, how many different?
Yeah, so I'm saying like each piece will be like over like 60 to 100, like each piece.
No, I get what you're saying, right?
What?
I mean I guess what I meant to say is the different type, like from one hoodie that looks like this to a shirt that looks like this. So like I know that you have 100 or up to like about 100 of each piece of clothing.
Yeah.
But how many pieces were there? Like besides the 100?
Oh, like I've dropped.
Yes.
Like how many pieces? Oh, my fault.
And like one drop.
Like the most. Oh, I get
Yes.
it. I get what you're saying now. So my first one only 2, and then every drop is different. I'll tell you the most I've done in a drop. It was probably like 8 or 9, and that's the drop that did the best for me.
Well, one, I gotta say that I don't want to say this for you, but I don't think you realize how crazy that is to be dropping as many as you have in 8 to 9 months. That is the reason that you're growing so fast. There's a lot of people who they're not even dropping as close to as many drops as you in 1 year.
Yeah.
And you're not even at the year mark yet. So, one, congratulations. That's amazing for you to be doing it at this age. Don't stop. You're doing great. To continue on, like, the last thing I really want to ask is, like, what is it that wakes you up every morning to do what you're doing?
I don't know. I just can't be a bum, bro. I just want to, I want to live that life that everybody wants to. I want to be rich, That wakes me up every morning.
Got you. All right. And, I got one more, right? This is a new question that I've implemented with the new people that have been coming on. I enjoy this question a lot because I feel like it tells your story a little bit, and it's going to tell your future self as well. So I think you already know what I'm going to ask. Can you give a message to your future self?
A message to my future self? I say that I'm glad you kept pushing. Through everything that you went through, I'm glad you kept pushing.
Is it okay if we get into that? Because it sounds like there's more there than you're telling me a little bit.
Honestly, maybe at the end. I say.
At the end?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so I know this is going to be a little different, right? So since we have 2 people on, we're going to have 4. But since we have 2 people on, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to have Derek come on, and it's going to hop off. In the end, you'll see them again, but we're going to do something a little different. We're going to get Derek to come on, do the the second half of the episode, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Give us a few. We'll be right back.
All right, bet.
Okay, so we're back. We have Derek in the building. We got Derek, bro.
So
now we're going to get your point of view on everything with the brand and everything. So let's start off with just like where you from?
I'm originally from Amboy. Like, I did come from Puerto Rico. Like when I was young, I was born there. So I did move out here, but it was a lot of moving. So I was like, all over the place for me. So I used to live in like New York, PA. Came back to Carteret. So this is where I kind of found like the home.
Yeah.
So then after that, it's just moved again. But it was a lot of moving though. But
so when is it that you moved from Puerto Rico here?
I was 6 years old.
6
years old for me. We moved out here, came to Amboy for like a couple months. Then we moved to New York.
Okay.
So I did like probably like I'll say like a good like couple months out there.
Okay.
Say like going to school and stuff, and then came back out here. And then
Got you.
Just back and forth.
So, do you feel like that had any effect on you? Like when moving from place to place, do you feel like you didn't get some of that? I guess I don't want to say you missed out on some parts of childhood, but like you were gaining connections with people, right? You were getting friends, and then like at a young age, it was just like, oh, we're moving again. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was hard, like moving, to places every single time, but it's just stuff that happens, So it's like now to be like at a point in my life where, I'm settled, everything's good, like, I'm good here. So it's good. Like,
okay, cool. So like now you live in Carteret, right? Was there a point where you had something that you ever wanted to do?
To be honest, I've always been open to like, to the stuff I do. So like growing up, I never like had that in my mind, like, oh, I want to be a clothing brand, like I want to do this. Like,
yeah,
it was just something that, it happened, and then in the moment, it felt good. So now it's just like, I'm 110 with it. Like, this is what I want.
Do you? I gotta say, right? So Anthony started the brand.
Yeah, and started the brand.
I need you to know, right, that you are a real ass friend. Like, there's not a lot of people out there that would really do something for another person, friend or not, because everybody's like looking and trying to find their own lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for y'all to come together, even the people that are not here right now, y'all came together and made something that's amazing. Y'all put in like y'all put in bread up together. Y'all put in and for those that are not listening from Jersey, don't know what bread is, y'all putting money up together.
Yeah, we put that bread.
Y'all putting up money together. Y'all spending, countless hours with each other, like working on the clothing. So, well, I really want to ask, like, before I get into that part, what role is it that you play?
So I'm, everybody plays their own role. So I mostly, I try to help like with what I can. You feel me? So like I really don't do designs, but I always try my best to like throw in like that effort to like, oh, if something doesn't look right, I'm gonna point it out, or like always when it comes to like packages and everything plays a part. Like when you have to ship out packages, I gotta ship out packages. Or, when I have to do drop offs, I gotta do the drop offs. When I talk to customers, I have to, talk to the customers.
Yeah.
So it's everything, but everybody plays the role for me. Like, it all like plays out.
I gotta say, bro, like, I don't usually say this, but the fact that y'all were able to get the chemistry right and come together, that's something special. Like, as y'all can see, this is all me. Like, I do this on my own. I couldn't find a team. Y'all found a team, and the reason y'all growing the way you are is because no one is stepping on each other's foot. No one is tripping the next person. Y'all do this, I do this, da-da-da. And that's why y'all flow so well. You guys are like, oh, what is that saying? Like, a well-oiled machine, I think, like that.
Yeah.
Like, y'all working together to make this happen, which is beautiful. And y'all growing really quickly for 8 to 9 months. So I gotta say, like I said, I think I've said it multiple times through this whole shit, but congratulations on everything.
I appreciate that.
To continue on, like, what is something that like has inspired you to do or be a part of this team that you're a part of now?
To be honest, like my big inspiration, like through it all, is my mom. Like that's just like seeing her, like struggle and get up on her feet. It's just like it motivates me every day. Like wake up every day, go to work, do what I gotta do, and just keep my priorities straight through it all. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like seeing her, like she. It's just like really inspiring to like, okay, now I want to do something for myself. Like, I don't want to struggle.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everything's good. I want to make sure everything's set.
Yeah.
So that's like my big like motivation to it all.
Got you. And like, I gotta say one that's beautiful because, you're coming from a family that once lived, in Puerto Rico and everything.
Yeah.
And to be moving around and everything, I know that not only affects you as a child, but that's affecting them as well. Where like they have to be adapting to new environments all the time. So for you to put your mom on kind of like that pedestal and being like, Ma, like, I got you, we're gonna do this. It's amazing. Was there ever a point in life where you didn't know what you were gonna do, like before the brand came in mind?
I mean, I was like, I could say like I was really lost. Like I didn't know, like I didn't have nobody guiding me into like the right path.
Yeah.
So I feel like going through like what I went through, it kind of like it made me like who I am like now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like crossing all those roads and just like trying to find a way to like where I'm at now. It all played a part.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say like for me, I ain't have the best childhood, but you know, like I did have a good childhood. You feel me? Like it wasn't like sunshines and rainbows and all that, but
Yeah.
it was still like it was still there.
So, like, coming from a life where, life wasn't really that easy. Like, you got to enjoy it, but
Yeah,
there were points where struggle had to play in everything. Everybody struggles, but like I feel like, we have to admit sometimes people struggle more than others. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, what advice would you give to somebody that is in a moment that they are struggling and maybe even going through something that you went through as a kid?
I just feel like you just can't quit on yourself. You just gotta keep going like with whatever you're going through. For me, like you could be depressed. You can deal with anxiety. You could deal with so many things, but if you just put yourself in a corner and just like close out the world, it's just like you're not gonna go nowhere. Like you're not gonna progress or you're not gonna get better.
Exactly.
So it's all like a mental thing. Like I feel like you just gotta mentally be prepared for the worst. For me, so like one day you can wake up and not have nothing, but then 1 week from now you can wake up and just have everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you just gotta be mentally prepared for like the worst. I
Exactly.
just feel like that's just like the biggest thing. Like just be prepared for the worst.
Exactly. And like when it comes to like you mentioned off camera that you do other work as well.
Yeah.
You are able to make money and having a full time and then a part time and everything, and then still balancing this job. I mean, balancing the clothing brand. How do you find that balance?
A lot of people ask me this. For me, like I don't know. Like I do work a full-time job, so I do wake up at 5:30 every morning. Go to work, do work 11-hour shifts, then come home, go to the gym, do like normal stuff. You feel me? Then on the weekends I did get a part-time, so I do that. But I just always try to find time for everything. Like I don't always like overwhelm myself, but I always find time for everything. For me, like if I don't have the time, I say like I can't be here like now, but I'm gonna make the time to be there later.
Yeah.
For me, so it's always finding your time.
Yes.
Don't always try to like rush to do things or just keep, because you're not a robot at the end of the day. You feel me? Like you just gotta like
everybody tires out.
Everybody gets tired. So I just feel like you just gotta find the time.
Exactly.
Always make time. That's it.
All right. And like I wanted to ask, was there ever a time in your life that's really built you to be who you are today? Like a lowest point or I guess like a point of realization in your life where it was just like this is where you found really who you were?
I would say after my senior year. I felt like like coming out of school, I wasn't really like into school like that, but I wasn't, you feel me? Like I could have been to college, but like with what I've been through, I just wanted to just, I need money. Like I need straight money. So it was just like working with, adults and like grown people, being the youngest person at my job. It was just like everybody gave me advice. So, it just kind of like built me up and it matured me a lot. You feel me? So it's now I'm just like, I'm so mature and I think differently than how I did think like back then.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I felt like that's what it was. Like, going to like the real world, going straight to work.
Would you say like, well, what advice would you give to people when it comes to like this team that you have here, right? Because there's a lot of people, like we mentioned, there's not a lot of people that are willing to put time into something that isn't something that they created, right? Yeah. And you, along with all the other guys that aren't here today, put in their time to build something that y'all didn't come up with, that Anthony did, right? What would you say to people who are not willing to do those, or like trying to help? Like, what would you tell the people that aren't willing to help their friends?
Damn, I just, it's just like, he brought it up. Like, so it's like funny, like how everything started. For me, like it's very like, so he like brought it up one day. He had like a pair, I would never forget. For me, he had a pair of blue shorts. For me, and it had the logo and everything. He was like, yo, this is my clothing brand. Like, like this is some. And I looked at him like, yo, like it's actually tough.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it was quiet. Like nobody knew. Like for me, I guess like I was probably like one of the few people like he told.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knew. Like it was just like the page did exist, but nothing was really going. Like it was just like blank.
Yeah.
So he told me, and then you know I was like, yo, that shit is dope. Like I fuck with it. So you know, it was just like we didn't talk about it, you know, then. And then that's when, you know, he started doing his own thing, like for me, like building the brand, building like the website, building everything. So then when the shorts, before the shorts came out, that's when I joined the brand. Like it was just like, you know, I told him like it's something that I feel like I can bring value to the table. Like I am into the, you know, clothing business. I am into like, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, I told him, I gave him, you know, like the facts why I wanted to be in it, and then it was like the green light. Like he was like, yeah, like so it's just, you know, it was just history after that. So I feel like, you know, I always got that, you know, like that quote where it's like I just want to win. So, you know, like winning with your friends is like everything. Like, you know, you're winning with your dogs. Like, you know, it will be times where we not going, like we might not sell nothing, but for me, we're still here and we're still like, you know, like we're still working. So, you know, just to the point where, you know, that we're at now, it's just like, it's amazing. Like it's blessed. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just the motivation. Like, you know, I just want to win with my dogs. Like I want to win with everybody.
Yeah.
Like the people around me, I just want to see them win.
And when it comes to like, cause I asked him this question, but I gotta ask you too. Like, how shocking is it to see that the growth you guys had in 8-9 months?
It's amazing. Like, you know, blessed. Waking up, it's just like, you know, just looking at everything just happening. Like, you know, it's just it's a lot. Like it's, you know, it's just being blessed. You feel like it's the love, support.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's just something that's just really like we could do something with this. Like, you know,
Exactly.
we could be big.
Exactly.
I mean, it's gonna take time, but we're gonna get there.
Exactly.
I mean, so, you know, seeing the support and seeing the amount of people that really like value our stuff and, you know, value our clothes, you know, wearing it, you know, just supporting us in general, it's just like that's like the biggest thing.
Okay. So since like I gotta say like for y'all to be doing this, like you have to have grown a love for it. Yeah. Obviously. Like how does it feel to be valued, for your work, for your team's work to be valued?
It feels incredible. Like it's something that, you know, it's something that you never really expect.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everything happening, it's just like wow. Like, you know, I'm in shock. Like I be in shock myself. Like, you know, like seeing, like I go to the mall, or, you know, I go places, I see people like with our stuff. So it's just like it's tough.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's just like the environment is just tough.
What is one of the coolest moments with the brand? Like, cause Anthony mentioned that y'all had some celebrities.
Yeah.
Try to get some of the brand. Was there any celebrity that you were like, damn, like this is crazy?
A Boogie.
A Boogie.
A Boogie. Just that's all I'm gonna say. A Boogie.
That's insane.
And he had an unreleased hoodie. Like before we even dropped it, I think it was a sample, right? He had a sample. So he had the sample. Like A Boogie had the sample. So seeing that, I remember that day I was working, came out of work. I'm like, what? A Boogie? Hopped on. Yo, we hit I remember like we made a group FaceTime. And I was like, A Boogie? Like, damn. Yeah, shout out Anderson. That's the, for me, best photographer, Anderson. That's the guy right there. That's the GOAT.
And he's on your team?
No.
He's our photographer, but he made that happen.
Okay.
Like, that's the GOAT for me, Anderson. For me, I know you're gonna watch it. For me, you're the GOAT.
That's cool as hell. So if you don't mind me asking, right? We don't have to get into the technicals or nothing like that. But how did they happen? Or how were those? How I know that you want to talk. I see over there. There's some shit you want to say. How did it happen?
I mean, should we wait till like he comes back and then we can just say it together?
We could get something going on. I could put some. I can make something happen. But like, how did it happen when it came to the fact that like, or at least what was your reaction when you found out that A Boogie hit you up or hit the brand up?
Nah. It was all Anderson.
It was all Anderson.
Anderson like a really big photographer, so he goes to like concerts. He goes to like, you know, like what's that thing called?
Is it like a big thing?
I forgot.
I don't know what he's trying to say, but Anderson has like good connections with celebrities.
Yeah,
which
like,
is really good. So he gets invited to the concerts.
Gotcha.
He gets invited to the concert, like fan greets and all that.
Mhm.
So that's what like
Got you.
that's what like.
So, like, I'm gonna just reiterate what you said. So, if for anybody that didn't hear, I don't know if it got caught on the mic or not. It probably did very lightly, but basically, Anderson gets invited to all these events because he's connected with a lot of big people because of his work and how great he is as a photographer. Yeah. Cool. All right. And what was your reaction, or like? So this is how I'm picturing it right now. You could correct me if I'm wrong. So Anderson made the connection with A Boogie, had a connection with A Boogie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And A Boogie was like, "Yo, I fuck with what you're wearing." Was that it? Exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
And then he was like, "Yo, I could put you on," or like,
I mean, I don't know what happened like after that,
Okay.
but he did take like he does have the hoodie, like he does have it. Gotta be somewhere in his house, but he got it for me. So like we took a picture, like he took the picture, like
That's cool.
holding the hoodie and all that. It's on our page for me. That was
That's
like
cool.
the biggest like
nah, that's cool as hell.
it's dope.
So, like, to be able to say things like this, right? Because we're getting close to the end.
Mhm.
To be able to say things like, "I've had A Boogie hit wear our clothing. I've had people globally."
There's more
Where-
people like Tata, the drill rapper, like that big group.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck with our stuff, so they got like we got a video of him like wearing it. So it's dope. Like we also got like other people. Yeah, like for me it's like it's dope. Like not just A Boogie, like other people like see our work.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you've had all these celebrities. You've had people all over the globe.
Yeah,
All over the globe.
UK, so, Canada. Like when we seen UK, it was just like UK, bro. Like that's and France.
That's crazy.
We have like a list like of all like the places like that cop from us, but like UK is just like, bro, that's like on the other side of the globe. Like
So when it comes to it, right? When it comes down to all of this, I've never really asked this question, but like, I feel like y'all been having requests from all over the globe for like the 8-9 months that y'all been doing it. Was there ever a place that you saw was like, damn, I want to go out there, I want to go visit that? So okay, Anthony says France.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll go to UK. Like UK,
That's
for sure.
fire.
UK for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. And like to get back into the brand and everything, what do you feel like is one of the hardest aspects when it comes to making and creating the clothing?
What do you mean like hard is
Like, I guess because you guys are all you guys are all the team, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is one of the hardest aspects of the entire clothing brand? Not like when it comes to like marketing it, social media, manufacturing it.
I say preparation.
Preparation.
Yeah, for sure. Like you gotta be prepared. If you're not prepared, nothing's like gonna happen. Like, cause it's all like samples. Samples is like the biggest thing. Like you have to have the samples. Cause like we can't just like, like our designer can't just create something. We place a bulk order, and when we get the actual like material and all that, it's like trash. Or it's not good.
Gotcha.
Samples is the biggest thing. Like that's like one of the biggest things. That's what we like. He gets the samples, but we always like samples, preparation, samples.
Yeah.
So once if the samples is good, we get placed the bulk order, and then we just get everything going.
Got you. And like, I gotta ask, what advice would you give to an individual who has a passion, who has a dream, and doesn't know how to pursue it, or if they even should pursue it?
I just feel like you just gotta take that risk with whatever you're. It could be with whatever you're doing. You wanna be an artist, like drawing pictures. You wanna take pictures. You wanna anything. Like you wanna be a reseller. You wanna be an entrepreneur. Like anything you wanna do, just go for it. Take that risk. Like don't give up. Just just work hard. Cause at the end of the day, it's gonna pay off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta outwork 1,000 people just to be the best you can be. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just feel like you just gotta take that risk. That's like the biggest thing.
Okay. And for you, right? I believe we're kind of close. As a collaborator, no, you're good. As a collaborator for Sabrescloset, right?
Mm.
What is one thing you want to see come out of all this?
Us owning our own store, like like actually like having our very own store. I feel like that's like to me, I feel like that's one of my goals. Like just want to have our own story.
Yeah. And do you feel like the success and the trial and errors that y'all had to go through this entire process, the whole team, do you feel like the friends that you were before is a totally different set of friends now? If you need me to explain, I can explain. What I mean by that is that connection grew even stronger than it ever was.
Nah, yeah, bro, that's my dog, bro. Like I played AU with him, like did everything like for me. So before this clothing brand, like I was always with him, like playing ball everywhere, like So it was always like me and him, like just
Gotcha. And was
going
there
out having fun.
Yeah.
So
Was there ever a downside or a point where you were like, damn, there's a lot of people on our goddamn team. Like, this guy's really irritating me right now. Like,
he says it all the time. He says it all the time. Like it would be like, I mean,
it's like a love-hate relationship. It's your friends. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get irritated with each other. Yeah.
Like, we should be trolling each other. Like, we just be trolling, like, every day. Like, we should be trolling, like, it should be mad random. But the relationship is good, though. Like, like, when we do work, you can tell, like, this group is passionate. Like, they know what they're doing. You feel me? Like, everybody play their role, and it's just, like, one person, like,
Yeah.
So, it's good, though. It's, like,
Got you. And to everyone, I feel like I want to know what advice you can give for like an individual or like a group of friends that like they because I mentioned that one person, they want to pursue something and don't, but a group of friends, right? It's and a lot of the times it's unheard of. A lot of times when brands come up, they do it on their own and then they eventually get a team. Y'all had a team from go. So
from
if
the
there's
start.
Exactly. So what advice would you give to other friends out there that like have a dream, whether it's with clothing or anything else?
Just pursue it. Don't matter what it is, like if you want to be a team, you just got to pursue it, you just got to be locked in. Like everybody got to be locked in.
Yeah.
Like it just can't be like one person, what I'm saying? Like, I'm on go and you got three, being in the side, like everybody got to be locked in. Like, it's just something got to be as a group.
Exactly.
I mean, 5 heads think better than one. So, it's just like, just be locked in, stay true to each other, stay loyal and, just respect everybody's decision, like just be, at the end of the day, you just got to be one team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't be like, oh, it's 5 of us, but one person,
does all the work or something
exactly,
like that.
For me, like everybody just got to be together, just work together.
Got you. All right, so we are coming to the end. I'm going to ask you the same exact questions I asked him. What is it that wakes you up every morning to do what you do?
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom and my little brother. I just feel like I got to support them. You feel me? Like my mom gave me everything, so now it's just my turn to make sure, like, at the end of the day, she could retire, she could be straight.
Yeah.
Like, I got it. You feel me?
Got you.
So that's my biggest, like, motive every single day. I wake up, it's just for them.
Gotcha. All right. And the other question is, like, what? No, that's that's not yet. I be stumbling with myself sometimes. What advice would you give to somebody that? No, I believe I asked that, right? Where I asked like somebody around that age where to give advice of somebody moving around and growing up like that, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
The other one is, what message would you give to your future self?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
It's heavy because you can go, and this stays online, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't realize that we kind of send each other messages to ourselves without even realizing. Like, y'all going to look back. Your message to yourself right now is the first post that you ever posted on that page. Y'all going to look back at it in 5 years. I know that's deep as hell to think about, but y'all going to look about it in 5 years, have the success that you got, and yo, it started off with a pair of shorts that he made by himself type shit.
Man, I'll probably say, like, the message I'll get to myself would just be, like, just never quit. Like, no matter how hard life can get, just stay true to yourself and just, keep your head up. Always keep your head up. And just dug it out through it all. Like your lowest moments, dug it out. You know, never just sit back and just be like, you know, it's done. Like just dug it out. I feel like that's something powerful for me.
Gotcha. Last but not least, what do you want the world to know about Derek? What do you want the world to know about Sabrescloset?
Yeah, just stay tuned. Like, about to shut shit down.
Yeah. All right,
I
cool.
feel like that's like, yeah, we just about to shut it down. For me.
All right. So we're gonna have Ant come back on for the outro because I can't have one person talk about the whole brand on its own. We're gonna have both y'all come on, let y'all talk about what y'all got going on, because now the camera is all yours. We are gonna cut right here. We'll be back. We're gonna make sure that this looks perfect, seamless, and we're gonna make it happen. All right, cool. Y'all good to go?
Yeah, we good. So drop coming this month. Tune in. You know, we're dropping. This is like one of the hoodies that we're dropping.
You know, tees.
We got tees. We got track pants. So
yeah, you wasn't supposed to tell them that, but yeah.
All right, cut it off.
No. It's cool. But yeah, you know, we got a whole lot of shit coming. We about to drop this month. You know, we got the rest of the summer to go, and we're just gonna keep moving forward. You know, everything y'all wanted. You know, everybody's been requesting shorts again, like the men's shorts, like from last time. Yeah.
This time gonna be, you know, better.
Yeah.
Good design. So it's something we really like looking forward to. So
yeah, a lot of shit that's gonna shock them. For
I feel like it's something that we might get banned. I don't know. Like it might get like, for me. I'm excited about this. So it's something, you know. Hopefully y'all rock with it. So
yeah, shout out to everyone, you know, who's shown love from the start and who continue to still show love right now. I appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Real. Shout out to Lester, the community pod. You know. Appreciate you having us on the set. So.